and welcome to Spotlight with me, Ruth Medjber. This is your weekly guide to arts, culture and brand new Irish music. If you're in the right place, if you have no idea what to do in the coming weeks. This is a very, very special episode because we are focusing on Ireland Music Week. What is that, I hear you ask? Well, we have an interview with IMW CEO Angela Dorgan, and she is going to explain all. We'll have four live sessions from brand new Irish bands who will be playing Ireland Music Week, including Katie Phelan, Bedrooms, Negro Impacto and Sky Atlas. We'll also, of course, be playing some brand new Irish music and looking at events that you can go to. Let's kick it off now with some tunes. Here's two new songs in a row. The first we will hear from Talos with their song Kites, followed directly by Waterfalls by Malachy Salmon. And stick with us, after which we will be hearing from Angela Dorgan all about Ireland Music Week.
looking down on my mistakes. Current pulsating. I need to get away, need to reach a high state. Utopia, let it go. Landlords making sure we stay broke. To tiptoe through the blizzard snow. I need to elevate. I'm the needle falling down the drain. I say waterfalls don't fall the same. These days, I've been locked in the lion's cage. Reawake decay. It's been some time since I heard you call my name. Ricochet landscapes, unison with the commonplace. Bad brains don't stay. I need to elevate, get our energy away. Utopia, let it go. Landlords making sure we stay broke. To tiptoe through the blizzard snow. I need to elevate. I'm the needle falling down the drain. I say waterfalls don't fall the same.
Joining me in the studio right now on Spotlight on Dublin City FM is the amazing Angela Dorgan, who is CEO of First Music Contact. First Music Contact, of course, have for, over a decade now brought us hardworking class heroes, but now they bring us Ireland Music Week. Thank you for joining me, Angela.
Hello, Ruth Medjber. Congratulations on your amazing show. I love it.
Aren't you so nice? Thank you. And thanks for joining me. Now, you're all gearing up for another amazing festival. The first one back after a 2-year, I'm not going to say hiatus because you were still working.
We kept going.
You kept going and you kept promoting Irish bands to international audiences, which was amazing, but you did it all through the power of television.
Yes, basically.
We all went and did stuff through the power of television, and you kept the ball rolling with IMW.
We did.
So for anyone who has had their head in the sand for the last 20 years, tell me, what is IMW?
So IMW, a lot of people will remember it as Hard Working Class Heroes, is Ireland's premier showcase and conference event for the Irish music industry. So IMW stands for Ireland Music Week, and it's exactly what it says on the tin. It's a week of workshops, one-to-ones, shows and conference for anybody involved in a professional career in the music industry. And it's probably the best way to describe it. It is one of the kingpins in our development plan for helping artists develop, musicians develop a professional career. So it's what we call our talent pipeline, and it's the first. There's services and programs that we run before Ireland Music Week, and then there's things like Music from Ireland after it. But Ireland Music Week is definitely a point in a career trajectory of any Irish act. And if you look through our 20-year history, there are absolutely household names. So Hosier and Fontaines and Pillow Queens and Villagers when they were the immediate, and James Vincent McMorrin and everybody in between, who's Coronas, all of these different types of bands and singer songwriters. Russ and Gano family, Denise Chyla, the list goes on and on and on.
So it is kind of like an educational stepping stone for bands to kind of go to elevate them to the next level of professionalism. So, so if there's anyone listening that might be in a band, or, sons and daughters are in a band, or friends are in a band in Ireland, this is actually a really useful resource and tool to kind of school them on how to do this in a very kind of more profitable and maybe streamlined way. Is that right?
It is exactly that, and it's also, in terms of anybody listening who just loves music and loves being in on the story first, it's a really great way to discover new bands. Tomorrow's Stars Today used to be what we put on all our posters, and I think it still rings true. It's a fantastic event for bragging rights.
Yeah,
it's a brilliant event to go, well, how come you didn't know that? I saw them at Ireland Music Week in 2019
when they were just babies. And you know what, because I'm very lucky that I've gotten to work on Hard Working Class Heroes into Ireland Music Week for the last, I don't know, about 14 years now I've done it as a photographer, which is great, because for me, I use it as a one-stop shop to find out who are the best bands in Ireland right now. Yeah. So coming out now in October, when your showcase hits, you've got 50 bands, right? Tell us a little bit about those. What kind of music can we come to expect? What kind of bands? What kind of level of their career are they at? So they're all, I suppose, what they all have in common is all 50 of them, plus we have 3 international performances as well, because we're part of a Key Change programme, which I'll tell you about in a minute. But the 50, so to get to the 50, they were judged. So we have a judging panel, amazing judging panel of about 35 international and 7 Irish judges. Wow. And the reason behind that, the reason we do so many international judges, is because that's where most Irish artists are going to have their careers. You can't really have a sustainable career in Ireland because we're too small, and it just doesn't sustain it. So I love that you're saying this. From point one, we have all of the artists, we give them to mostly international delegates to, and they get marked out of 10 in 5 categories. We do something that no other festival in the world does, which is we give feedback. So we had 215 requests for feedback of the 515 applicants that we gave out, that we're able to say, not just like an email saying we're sorry you're not in this year's 50, it's you didn't make this year's 50, but here's some constructive feedback from an agent in New York, or a label in the UK, or a producer in LA, and those are the caliber of judges that we have for the 50. So to get to where they are now, which is performing at Ireland Music Week in 4 weeks' time, they had to get, first of all, past those judges. And then for what's in store with them, we are funded through Culture Ireland. And talking about sustaining through the last 2 years, we're one of the few showcase festivals who managed to, even Eurosonic, which is one of the big showcase festivals in the world, didn't manage to get online in time. Wow. For one of theirs. So, we didn't skip a beat. We were allowed to, Culture Ireland allowed us to pivot the funding in from that they used to give us to bring in buyers, which we will be doing this year, and we can't wait. There's 60 fantastic international buyers coming in who our bands will get to meet. What do you mean by an international buyer now? So one of the main reasons to put, there's kind of, what we do is layered. So there's a couple of different reasons to put on something like Ireland Music Week. One is the education that you talked about. So it's the conference. We colour code our conference so that we can tell emerging acts, these are the kind of workshops you should go to. Right. Developing acts, there's another couple. And acts that are already taking off and might need some more
information on like visas or international events that they might get picked for. So what we do is, so that's one layer. The second layer then is the main job of Ireland Music Week is to showcase our best 50 export ready acts every year. So it's to show the whole world, all the buyers, all the big boys and girls with big boy and girl jobs in the global music industry, what talent we have here, and then task them with taking off. So we have very frequent results like bands getting signed, bands getting agents, and bands getting like placed on shows like Made in Chelsea, because we bring their music supervisor over. So we bring festival bookers, we bring music supervisors, we bring labels, we bring agents, we bring everybody who a band will need to grow their global career. We bring them to Dublin over the weekend. So that's that layer. And the third layer is doing all that in the context of a band playing in front of an Irish audience where people can really get, and that's what we missed, I think, during the two lockdowns is, there's nothing beats, I remember the second year Fontaine's played and Workman's had a queue out the door and people heaving up against the thing, for the booker at South by West to see that, you can't replicate that online, I think. So those are the three layers, but it also gives Dublin and people living in Dublin and working in Dublin an opportunity to see really vibrant new acts right across the genres.
So that's what the public can do. I mean,
Yes.
you've spoken about an amazing opportunities for the bands, but then what about me who just wants to go see some music? We can actually go and see these bands playing somewhat for the first time.
You can see multiple brilliant bands who've been curated for you for a ridiculously cheap amount of money. So in any given night, in any given venue, there are about 5 acts.
Ooh.
So one venue on one night is 12.50. Now, I may be wrong. So check the website.
We will check the website.
But and then you can go to both nights live. You can go to both nights and both days of conference. There's depending on affordability for you, there's different aspects of it that you can take in. But it's all about access, and also you can play your part in helping these acts. Say if one of our 50 is a band you already like, turning up on that night and being sweaty and loud in the room in front of like the music supervisor who's in LA,
isn't it?
So important about us as a gang working together to promote our musicians.
Yeah, we want to really show that we love these bands and there's a market for these bands and we're the fans and we're going to buy it when it comes out, so they'll get that record deal. And that's
but you want to infect these international buyers with the Irish enthusiasm, which we're brilliant at.
Razzle dazzle. We're going to play a tune right now from a band that I first saw at IMW. I was very lucky to be photographed in the showcases for the last 2 years because I was pretty much the only person in the audience apart from yourself because they were streaming them. So I was up close and personal and loved it. This tune I'm going to take is by a band called Sprints, and this is Modern Job. We'll be right back with more from Angela. So that was a very loud and gorgeous song by Sprints called Modern Job, who I had the pleasure of seeing at Ireland Music Week. Angela Dorgan is still here, the CEO of FMC. So come here and tell me, you've been doing this for years now, haven't you?
I have.
You have. You've been minding the Irish music scene for years and years and years. You must have some delicious stories, or even like favourite accounts or favourite bands that have played. Give us an insight into what you've seen.
That is way too much of a Sophie's choice question. I will never, for fear of death and ostracisation, tell you. But James Vincent McMorrow is amazing.
Yeah.
No, there are loads. I mean, obviously, as far back as like Fight Like Ape, seeing them jump from one stage of their career to the next was just fantastic. And if and when I do retire and write a book, people better mind their blushes because I have seen people at very young stages of their careers and watch them grow. But it's an honour to do the job I do, and all jokes aside, as a resource organisation, First Music Contacts is funded by the Arts Council and the state to help artists develop their professional careers. But what we try and teach as a philosophy to both the artists and the industry that we're engaged with now, and we have fantastic relationships with over the last 2.5 decades, both here and globally, is that their job is to help an artist realise the commercial ambition for their artistic ability. And we must never underestimate or devalue or not value that artistic ability. It is something unique to every single artist, and not every single artist will achieve the same amount of, you know, the commercial size that they want to be, but that doesn't make the art any less amazing. And I think we must continue to support our artists for their own creative health and their mental health, to make sure that they make whatever music it is they want to make. And then if it has, you know, commercial momentum, we have all the parts in place to help them develop that.
It's gorgeous. I think just listening to you speak about this, which I'm sure you do a lot, so I'm very grateful that you've come in to speak to me today, but I can hear the passion. I can hear the passion in your voice. The fact that you just want to see these young, or not young, but like new Irish musicians excel and just be valued for what they do, and you want to almost just nourish them so they can go on, they can, you know, put their best foot forward into a global audience, which is just
it's an honor to do my job. It literally is, and I'm not joking. And it's hard work, I'm not gonna lie, but it's also not quantum physics, and I'm also not cutting anyone's brain open, so make no mistake, it's an amazing job. I get paid for my hobby, basically. Now I earn it, but you know, it is a joy, and it is, you know, I do 7 consultancies. The first part of engaging with us, if you're an artist listening, is you can apply for a free consultancy. And I do 7 of those every Thursday, sometimes on a Thursday, sometimes on a Friday. And we can get more in now through Zoom. We used to do them in person, but that's one of the maybe pluses from COVID, was that we do them. What
do you mean by a consultancy? What happens there?
So essentially you come in as an artist, and we have the conversation about where you are with your artistic output, and you will have just begun, in most cases, to put a I suppose, some kind of format on your commercial ambition for that art. And our job is to make the music industry, as you enter it, because we believe you are it, you're the centre of the music industry, not the labels, not the agents, not the commercial endeavours. You alone are the most important part. Anybody else could go and the music industry would survive, but if the musicians go, it's you know, pointless. What's the music industry? It's totally pointless. So our job is, we feel that the 2 most important people in the music industry are the artist and the fan, and everyone else's job, including mine, and including the festival, and including the international activity we do, everyone else's job is to help the artist's chest bone, which is what they do. They open their chest bones to us every time they write a song. The music industry is that landing on 10 and then 100 and then 1,000 and then 1,000,000 chest bones. So everyone else's job is to help them get from themselves to fan bases. And that's the commercial sensibility. The important work is done by the artist, which is writing amazing songs that connect with audiences.
That's beautiful. That's absolutely beautiful. And I think we'll leave it there. And I'm sure we're all going to see you up front close, up the front at all
everywhere.
The gigs.
I'll be everywhere.
You'll be
all
at the
at
gigs
once.
for IMW, cheering on all the amazing bands that are going to be
always
playing.
asked what band I go to, and I was like, I was everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, I try and run around and get to 1 track per band.
You're omnipresent.
Yeah.
You'll nip in and out. We'll see you if we look hard enough. We're going to leave with one song from one of your bands that is playing, FA. I hope I'm pronouncing that right.
Yes.
FA, with a song called Lime. And FA is just a 22-year-old Irish artist hailing from Dublin. And she released an EP called What Should We Do This Summer in October 2020, which was recorded in her bedroom with the help of her friends. And I just think that's so genuine, so raw. And I think it's indicative of so many young musicians who, you know, who started to record during lockdown. They all did it in their bedroom.
Yes.
And now they need IMW help to make them.
And if the feedback we're getting from our visiting delegates is anything to go by, watch this space with FA.
Yeah. Well, here's our tune. Angela, thank you so much for joining us.
Thinking about the time so twisted, but with the track, won't miss it.
If you don't want to go to IMW, you know what, whatever. But if you want to go to something this weekend that's a little bit different, Primary Colours presents the Love Ball. It's on in Centrepoint, which used to be the TBMC, which used to be the Button Factory. Now it's Centrepoint. Saturday the 1st of October from 11 o'clock till late. Tickets are €15. And what it is, what I can tell, is like this mad fancy dress party style event with Claire Beck, Primary Colours, MC Terence Murphy, Glamo, loads of DJs playing. There's also kind of like a catwalk thing going on. So they say, we'll supply the runway and the music and you bring yourself. We live to express, not repress up in this house. It sounds fabulous. It sounds amazing. And it's a very inclusive queer space. So they say no respect, no entry, which is fair enough. Now, we're going to have a short little break here. And then coming up next, we're going to have one of our 4 bands that we are highlighting for IMW. So stick with us.
Now, we all know that Ireland Music Week is just around the corner. And joining me live in the studio today is Louis and Lewis from the band Sky Atlas, who are playing IMW. You're very welcome, lads. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, I'm very pleased to see you here today. I've seen, did I see both of you play in some guys and some other bands and maybe over the years? I know you are professional musicians. You met in BIM, is that right? The music college?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah. We both, so along with Sky Atlas, we both probably do a bit of session work and play with a few different kind of artists around Ireland.
Yeah. I feel like that's always the marker of a good band, is when each member can be a session musician as well, because that's tough work, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it kind of keeps you on your toes, and it's great. Well, it's just a great way to kind of be playing a lot of different kinds of music. Yeah, kind of keeps it interesting and
hones your skills.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, but I mean, you're not. You've played many stages before. You've just played Electric Picnic, right?
Yeah. We were just back from that weekend. It was mad weekend.
Mad in a good way.
Mad in a great way. Yeah. I think Lewis here had about 7 gigs that weekend.
Shows. It was a busy weekend,
which was a lot.
Wow. And who else did you play with down there?
So I mean, who were the 7?
Who can you remember out of the 7?
My other band Toshin, we had 2 shows. We obviously had the Sky Atlas one. I played with Tolu McKay, so we had that.
She's having an amazing time lately, isn't she?
That was actually a great gig.
Yeah.
Really well. There were loads of people there.
Yeah. Fantastic. So you've been playing a lot of stages, getting the practice in, and now Sky Atlas is at the forefront of what you're doing right now.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit then about your forthcoming show with Ireland Music Week, because it's a showcase, right? You're going to be playing in front of international bookers and you're really going to be on their radar. What would say, I'm coming to a Sky Atlas show, I don't know anything about you, I'm just seeing you on the lineup, and I know if you're playing IMW, you're one of the best 50 bands in Ireland. What can I expect to see at one of your shows?
Well, yeah, we're kind of trying to bring a lot of new stuff. We've been writing a lot. We kind of, over summer, a lot of us were travelling and stuff, and like we kind of took a break. EP was our first kind of gig back, and then we're really trying to showcase a lot of our kind of more new stuff. It's a lot more kind of upbeat. There's a bit more electronic influence, kind of heavy, soundscapey, atmospheric stuff, quite cinematic in scope. I think our music is it's got that drama to it. I think it's a lot about just kind of showing this new direction, which we're hoping to build on with a tour and a new single release.
Fantastic.
We're going to be releasing a new single in the coming months, along with to coincide with the tour. So I think for us, Ireland Music Week will be very much about kind of taking that step forward. In this new creative direction and kind of really putting ourselves out there.
Because there's 2 of you here in front of me now, but there's 4 of you in the band, and what do you play?
So it's a mixture. So I would sing and play guitar, Danilo plays bass, and Ryan plays drums, and then Lewis here is kind of...
Yeah, I kind of do the rest.
Does the rest.
Everything else.
It's kind of mostly violin and keyboards at the minute, but the odd bit of saxophone creeps in.
Yeah.
And we all sing as well.
That's quite varied, like talent-wise. That's strings,
it's
keys,
a funny
brass.
game. It's really hard to get depth for gigs. No one.
Yeah.
I mean, not for this band.
Yeah, how
But,
would you replace yourself if you like? I mean, you
It's a
have to
pain.
replace yourself
It's
with
a
3
pain.
people,
We
right?
couldn't replace him. We couldn't
Yeah.
replace him.
Irreplaceable.
Irreplaceable.
That's fantastic. So you're going to treat us to 2 songs today. What's the first one you're going to play?
So we're going to play a song, Hollow Embrace is the name, and that will be the forthcoming single.
Okay.
So
So is
Just
this
a
our
little-
first radio play of it now?
this will be the first radio
Oh.
play, stripped
Yeah.
back now, totally exposed
Okay.
version.
Well, we're honoured
Nowhere
to
to hide.
hear this acoustic version of your new single. Will you take it away for us there, lads, please?
Just before you go out the door, leave this place hollow like your old embrace. Provide a seat, but at your feet. Familiar taste, but bitter like it's been replaced. It's been replaced. But how I stumble at every hurdle you set in front of me. You call me a lover, but I felt no closer. It's so clear to see that I'm a fool to let you do this. You let it slip. Well, you can be my lover, say you lost your grip, and it won't mean nothing to us. Once a guest, now you confess true sunken eyes that I'm the one who makes you feel alive. But how I stumble at every hurdle you set in front of me. You call me a lover, but I felt no closer. It's so clear to see that I'm the fool to let you do this. You let it slip. Well, you can be my lover, say you lost your grip, and it won't mean nothing, won't mean nothing, won't mean nothing to us.
Wow. Thank you guys so much. Hollow Embrace, that's going to be your next single from Sky Atlas. That was gorgeous. It was absolutely beautiful. And you know, your bio does, you know, make big claims like every bio should. And it's like, you know, a fresh, new, exciting sound. It's different from anything you've heard. I'm like, yeah, that's it. Like, it is. You've done what your bio says, which is not often the case with a band. So thanks, lads. That's brilliant. So people can come and see a full band version of that at Ireland Music Week.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's amazing. Fantastic. So a little bit more about Ireland Music Week. You know, it's your first time playing it, and like I said, like you're one to make it that far, as in you're one of the top 50 bands in Ireland right now. Like, that's unbelievable. What would you expect or hope to come, you know, in the next couple of years of Sky Atlas? Where do you see yourself? What would be like the dream gig?
Dream gig. Well, we've been kind of We've been going a little while since college. As I say, we've been kind of still figuring out where we want to go, what direction. But I feel like this year we've kind of finally come to that.
Yeah.
And we're moving forward with that kind of idea. And I guess for us it's just kind of about gigging as much as possible. It's our kind of first national tour we're going to be embarking on in the winter months.
Tell us a little bit about this tour now.
So we're kind of going all around. We're down in Dingle up to Derry and doing shows. I suppose our main show here in Dublin will be the Grand Social on November 26th, which will be kind of the big kind of launch. And it's all to launch the single, I suppose, and also just to play around. We haven't been gigging for a few months, so...
Oh, at least, yeah.
A few
or
months.
more.
A few months. It's not a long time to not be gigging.
Yeah.
But I feel like you're really eager to get out there and play to live audiences.
Yeah.
You guys formed in 2019, right? Which I guess for a band is not ideal when you look at what happened in 2020. How did you manage to be a 4-piece band? You know, I suppose you don't all live together. Like, how did you manage to keep going during the pandemic?
Yeah, it was tough.
There was a long period where we couldn't meet up.
Yeah.
But I suppose in that time we kind of managed to meet up when we were able to, and we actually recorded our first EP during those months.
Yeah. We do, especially say Ryan the drummer moved back home to Antrim, so it was like, you know, we couldn't meet up every week, but whenever we could, we'd do 2 or 3 days and we'd be in all day, and it was actually really nice. You know, you get a lot done in those, like, not like 3-hour snatched rehearsals.
So it's like a concentrated effort where you all work together, like you work towards kind of a deadline. It's like, right, this is what we have, everyone come ready, have some pieces ready to kind of jam out and see how you get it. Okay, but you survived it, which is brilliant.
We did, I mean, it was difficult, like, coming out obviously when we released EP, and then like we were trying to tour then, but then there was all sorts of, you know, changing regulations and dates cancelled and stuff like this, as everyone kind of had to go through. But
which is heartbreaking as well, though, because I mean, you're at such a crucial time in your band. You're brand new. There's a bit of hype about you, and then you know, regulations change. Now you can only have 50% people at your show. You have this, you have that. Like so, I mean that is hard to survive. So I'm kind of glad to see us here, the other side of it now. And does it feel exciting? Like
it is. Yeah. It's kind of like we've kind of been stewing away for the past couple of years, and it's almost like coming out of a chrysalis or something. Like, you know, it's like you're a totally different outfit as we were at the start of COVID, which is kind of nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you've kind of discovered that now all you want to do is gig by the sounds of it.
But we're dying to get out there. Well, we're also dying to get back into the studio again. Like, we're kind of leading with the single, and then we're hoping to really kind of get back in again and start kind of working towards maybe an album at some stage, you know, which is kind of ambitious, but obviously that's the goal, really, isn't it?
Big A word.
You have to be ambitious, and I think that's what Ireland Music Week tells us, but that's what every band that sits here in front of us in the studio tells us. It's like, it's all about ambition, and you can't be, you know, afraid of ambition or ashamed of ambition. Just go and do it. Set your goals super high, and then you'll get there. I want to see you as like at Glastonbury in a couple of years' time and be like, I know that. Have you got one more song for us?
Yeah, I'll just have to tune.
Tell us about the song that you're the next song.
So this is another one in the kind of folkier world, I guess. It's kind of, we were actually, I guess a lot of our stuff is so kind of, it's a bit more electronic and heavier, you know, so we were kind of racking our brains as to which ones would work acoustically.
You chose ones, especially for our studio today.
Yeah, so this is kind of like...
Okay. We've played your tunes on the radio like last week and the week before. You know, you're no stranger to us, so I think people listening will know what you sound like full band version, and they'll have an idea of what you're going to play when you do the Grand Social and Dingle and Derry and wherever else you end up, which I can't wait to hear about. So what's the name of this song that you're going to play?
So this is called Erratic Mind, and it's another pretty new one for us, I think.
Yeah, well,
we'll see how it goes.
It's unreleased, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, we're being treated here.
Yes, exclusive.
Another exclusive.
Another spotlight exclusive. Yeah. Thanks, lads.
Cool.
still you surround me. You do. Your words like poison, how precisely you'd employ them to build your fury, perfectly blameless in your stories, your glory. Erratic mind, do you think she worries about you and the things you do? 'Cause you've been blind, misled by the fiction you spew, and you can't undo. Well, dig in, spread your strands and reel them in. Concern is your disguise, how we fail to recognize you. With your words like poison, how precisely you'd employ them to build your fury, perfectly blameless in your stories, your glory. Erratic mind, do you think she worries about you and the things you do? 'Cause you've been blind, misled by the fiction you spew, and you can't undo. But that crooked smile when she looks your way, that saccharine style soon to fade away, those jealous eyes you're so unsure, you shaped our world to suit your lies, you were obscure, you showed no love but bitter sighs that filled our lives. But there was nothing else, she could see nothing else but you.
Wow, fantastic. Louis and Lewis from Sky Atlas, thank you so much for joining us here. So give us, where can we find you? If anyone's listening wants to quickly hear where to find you, what's your Instagrams, what's your Twitters, what's your all your bits and pieces?
Oh yeah, we're on everything. Sky Atlas Band. We have our website, and we're on all streaming platforms: Spotify, YouTube.
And you're on tour around Ireland, and you're playing the Grand Social.
A lot.
you're around.
We're on all the bits.
You're on all of them. But we'll find you. Thank you so much for coming in and playing those gorgeous tunes for us today.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks a million.
Today we go back to the source of all of our inspiration. Sugar these the Shannon spots at Ruth na Hound. I was covered a left home, but I let it go in your. The palms back in the arms, top bench, the mark the waffle, show he ashling Ela.
Before the sun back through, we celebrate of Tom, Sugar, Sue, and Ganski. A heat and a hitchum of winter, hand hot bread, her red beast. The Hana, Hoot, and Nuv, Honda, how with the era. Manual rapper, Ella, Samuna, Talaho, Krita. Let's wing raw, Marathon, show us to the Kalin. Tam Ethanach, let to Yishkin, Tovi, sing Wuhalin. She said, Ruth, the Hound, it goes on, this is Togan speed, this is green, let's do cherry, Lelin, rationalist. Ni alle missig kircha, en lauer skalle. Ni has grain reef. area bala Ni rook chic alle hate the broster Ni rapper wella samuna rani homo we go and do a mission tied Du she was tired and fill with skill raka ya noch rivi ghaira ach my lane gear go will board there machri kiem anger attacks or road of nader sakei Misha Sofela Misha Sofela Misha Sofela Yellow Southern Orla Tom Shiro Wurtishach Das Bachan Duchas at Tamabelta Eja Humper Ta Klona Shanna Winter Ruggelette Vierdom Trygge Dangan Noma Stå Läcker Fede Med Lägga Fanga Fall Hamma Gärna Södda Marine Tamma Gärna Södda Ma Winter Tamma Gärna Södda Skjuta Faga Sjöran Tävline Keden En Fele Klass Annes Late Hirta Outsiders Gus Immigrants Winter Ribar Sju August Winter Bedrog Tamma Gärna Södda Sna Hesane Går Queen Lobe Vemmer Rakten Tasu Cases Eshu Shister Cases Trilla No Cases No Rappers August Skaters Tamma Gärna Gus No Rofke Zutta Hirsi Jede Misha Sofela Kehetu Fene
المغال تريم تري واليل استوهل الرنج مغال تريم تري واليل استوهل
That is a brand new song by Sulawan called Ashling Fela that has an extremely strange outro, a beautiful outro that completely caught me off guard. It was gorgeous though, it's gorgeous, and who doesn't love a bit of the Irish language on radio? Let's talk of another event now, shall we? The Dublin Festival of History is on right now and will run for 3 whole weeks until Sunday the 16th of October. So if you're a bit of a history buff, this one is for you. It's a jam-packed programme of more than 130 free events across 71 venues. Now, there's all sorts of stuff. Apparently, this festival's been going on for 10 years. Shows how much of a history buff I am. But there's lots of events, including like walks and tours, and there's like lineups of international and Irish speakers. They talk about mad stuff, like so. The women in the Irish Civil War, they'll go talk about Ireland's first female councillor and Lord Mayor, a sceptical history of the Celts. There's loads of things, but the one thing that really stuck out to me was they're doing an event in Croke Park on October 6th in the evening to mark the 50th anniversary of Muhammad Ali's fight at Croke Park. I had no idea Muhammad Ali played in Croke Park. I had absolutely no idea. In fairness, it was before I was born. But you can find out more about this. It's a DCC run event and it just sounds absolutely spectacular. Now, I would like to play another song for you. This is by Rosa Nutty. It's called Wild Card. Have a listen to this.
Go tell me a joke. It takes two to drive this float. Re-pierce my nose
Wow, wasn't that just absolutely gorgeous? That is Rose and Nutty, and I'm really glad to hear that she's back making music again. That was her track Wildcard. Now, I want to step it up a gear a little bit, if you'll stick with me. I heard these lads, I don't even know if they're lads, I'm just guessing. I heard these guys play a tune and I loved it. It's so raw, it's so edgy, it's a little bit punk, it's a little bit all over the shop. You have a listen, tell me what you think. If you like what you hear, send me a DM. Send me a DM anyway. Just DM me on Twitter, Instagram, wherever you like. Ruthless Imagery is where you'll find me. You can email the station straight away. It's spotlight@dublincityfm.ie. Come and tell us what you think of the show. Here are Plastic Cowboys. This is Lord of the Land. I hope you enjoy it as much as I do.
I paid my rent today. I'm a good little boy and I deserve to have my toys. There are conditions too. You can't expect to live a life that's not free and rude. You can't smoke in your room. You can't own a dog or cat. You can't breathe out paying twice. One for in and one for out. I've been burning up for ends and it seems that no one cares. It's not in there. You're there too scared to change the postcard. We've been burnt and the rent's not going down. You can't smoke in your room. You can't own a dog or cat. You can't breathe out paying twice. One for in and one for out. I've been burning up for ends and it seems that no one cares. It's not in there. You're there too scared to change the postcard. We've been burnt and the rent's not going down. We line their pockets deep every time we wake up. Is cash in their hands. They own where we sleep. They've got more down the road. They're Lord of the Land. You can't smoke in your room. You can't own a dog or cat. You can't breathe out paying twice. One for in and one for out. I've been burning up for ends and it seems that no one cares. It's not in there. You're there too scared to change the postcard. We've been burnt and the rent's not going down. No one cares if it's not in there. You're there too scared to change the postcard. We've been burnt and the rent's not going down.
Joining me right now in the studio is Devin and Fionn from the band Bedrooms.
Hello.
Hello.
Thanks for having us.
You're very welcome. Thanks for joining us on this, the day, the sacred day of your single release.
Yes.
Amazing. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Thank you
Really
very much.
appreciate
Yeah.
it.
How's it feel to have a new baby out in the world?
Good, yeah. You always
Long
love-
time coming. Yeah.
You always love the newest one the most. You know?
Yeah.
I'm sick of
Exactly.
the old ones now.
Oh, bless. So it's a long time coming, you said?
Yeah. Well, we recorded it back in November last year.
Right.
So we recorded over in Liverpool with a guy over there, and so we were kind of sitting on it for a while. So quite eager to get it out now. You know.
And is it still as like fresh and relevant as it was? Because I'd imagine, kind of like me, when I take a photograph and then I can't publish it for ages, I'm like, oh, that's so old now. But like,
Yeah, we probably, haven't listened to it in the last few months, you know what I mean? So now it feels fresh. Like
Yeah.
you put it away for a
Yeah, I
while.
put it away and now it's...
It's
you
a
know,
good sign of a good tune, I'd imagine. You put it away, and if you come back to it and you're still in love with it,
Hopefully.
then
Yeah.
it's a banger.
Exactly.
Brilliant.
And even playing it at gigs and stuff, it's like it feels like an old one to us. But then every time I realise, like, oh, none of these people have actually
They
heard
haven't
this.
heard
so it's new.
They're not singing back to you yet. But yet being
Yes.
the word there. So they will, they will. I can't imagine what it's like to actually gig in front of a crowd that knows your music and who's like going for it. Because I can't play a note, but like, what's the gig experience like for you?
Fun. I guess we're kind of still, I would say we're still cutting our teeth a little bit. I mean, you always will be, I guess. But yeah, fun.
You've
We
done
try-
some big venues though, right?
Yeah, we've done mostly around Dublin, Whelan's, Grand Social, all the kind of main ones. And then we're playing Liverpool next week.
What's the connection with Liverpool now? You've recorded in Liverpool, you're
Yeah,
playing there?
we started recording with Bill Ryder Jones, who's a guy we know over there, and it's like our little second home now, the Wirral.
Wow.
So, yeah.
It's in a place called West Kirby, which is like kind of like a seaside town outside of Liverpool. So actually, whenever he said, I'm like, I've actually not seen Liverpool like at all. Just this tiny seaside town where he lives.
Maybe that's enough.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
is. It's a really nice place and like nice to get, invested in it while you're there.
I wonder, will you start sounding like any other famous Liverpudlian band? The sound will be infiltrated
The
through,
accent will
like.
start to seep
Yeah,
through.
yeah, exactly.
So listen, we have you on, not just because you're amazing and you have a new single out, but because you were playing Ireland Music Week, right?
Yes.
Do you know your stage time and your slot and everything yet?
Yes, we are on 8:45.
9:45
Yeah, on
At the-
Thursday.
on the Thursday.
At the Grand Social.
That's a good venue.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good venue, good
Yeah, yeah.
spot. Yeah, that's fantastic. So hopefully people will listen to this, their ears will prick up and they'll be like, I want to go see more of that. Now, there's 2 of you in front of me here, but that's just half the band, right?
Correct.
Okay, so we're missing 2. Do you want to give them a shout out?
Yes. So there's Dane and Stephen.
Yeah.
Listening at home, I'm sure.
Yes.
And what can we expect from a full band sound when we come and see you?
I guess we're kind of heavy / soft / like it's a bit of a mix of everything. We like to call ourselves kind of slowcore-ish.
Slowcore-ish.
Yeah. So it's like laid back, but like I always say, like melodic and like, you know, there's catchy elements.
Poppy
as well.
to some extent,
Yeah,
I suppose.
Poppy instincts, I would say.
It's a great big musical soup by the sounds.
Yeah.
Shove everything in there. There's something for everybody when they go see you guys. So you're going to play a couple of songs for us today. What are you going to start us off with?
This one's called Rabbit.
And this is not your single?
This is not the single. It's also another one that we're sitting on, though.
Oh.
And it will be out sometime soon.
Okay, so this you could say this is a first play exclusive for Spotlight.
It is.
You could-
Yeah,
it is, it
we
is.
will say that. We will own that. Okay, take it away in your own time. Thanks.
Break a leg, they said, like you know, animals can bounce back just to go easy on themselves when they just get too overwhelmed. I think it's true, this time we can be the ones who celebrate the good nights as we trickle through the corridors of our minds. Memories fade over time. Do you know? Short-term memory is a ticket to happy days. 'Cause forgetting is the way. I've made my peace with it. Helping hands can be a liberator. Retrace all the steps that got me to accept and embrace. Nothing stays in its place. Rabbit, run into your hovel, back to the place that you came from. If I fall, I'll make it a good one. Make it a good one on the way down. Do you know? Short-term memory is a ticket to happy days. 'Cause forgetting is the way. Let it go. Let it wash away the summer stains. Happy days. 'Cause forgetting is the way.
That was absolutely lovely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
so much. Can't wait to hear what a full band sounds like, because that just sounded perfect. I'm like, why would you change it? But I'm sure you have your ways and means.
We were kind of thinking that earlier when we were
Yeah,
playing.
yeah.
We were like, actually, these sound really nice.
This is-
Conversation I have with Dane and Stephen, I think.
Yeah.
Lads, if you're listening, you're not in the band anymore.
Yeah.
No, it does. It sounds perfect. And I think that's also a marker of a good song, is when you can do it, a really good version of it acoustically.
Yeah.
So you guys met in school, did you not?
Yes.
School, yeah.
And you
Long
had a
time
baby
ago.
band together in school.
We did, yeah.
It's always a good origin story, though, isn't it? You
I
like
mean, it's
Yeah.
classic.
childhood sweethearts.
Exactly.
Exactly,
yeah.
yeah.
Something like that.
So when did you decide to kind of like go forward and do it? Do it properly.
We were living in Seattle over a summer a few years ago, and we were kind of just like playing together, I guess. And we were like,
Do you guys just go and like hunt out the best musical cities ever?
a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Try to.
It's like, okay, Liverpool, Seattle. Yeah. What had you in Seattle?
We were on a J1, and like with us and like a few other friends, and we just fancied some of our other friends. Kind of were like, Seattle's a bit different. People don't really go there, so we went there. Yeah. So living together for the summer, we just started playing together again.
Do it again.
Inspired by the city.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
Like, what a lovely buzz.
Never talked about it before. It is quite nice.
Yeah. Actually.
Yeah, inspired by Seattle. Okay, that needs to go into your bio there. There's a story for you.
Yeah.
And just came home and decided to keep it going and look for a band.
Yeah, we just started playing again, and then
found the lads
very easily. Thankfully, just kind of posting a few Facebook pages, and then Dane replied to me, and like we met up with him and we got on, and then he was like, "Oh, I worked with this guy and he's the drummer. I'll bring him along," and that was it.
Bingo bango, you've got a band.
Pretty much.
Brilliant. So in terms of IMW, I know you are playing it, but like, is there anything else that you're looking forward to on the schedule? Will you be able to like float around and see other bands?
Yeah.
Are you going to do any of the speed sessions? Are you going to go networking?
Yeah, well, we'll try. I don't know how good we'll be at networking, but we'll definitely give it a go.
Listen, if you can sit here and talk to me, a stranger on the radio, that's
true.
all networking is. Like, don't let it kind of mystify you or bamboozle you. All you have to do is go out and introduce yourself.
Yeah, we'll
and
swing at it.
if you walk into a room full of industry professionals, which is what IMW is, they're given the task of bringing all these promoters and curators and all these industry people into Ireland so that they can pick and choose from Ireland's best bands. They're looking to meet you. Yeah. So don't be afraid just to rock up and go, hello, I'm in a band.
We definitely want to, of All Living Things, play right before us.
Oh, yeah.
We played with them a few months ago. We definitely want to check them out. They're brilliant.
Of All Living Things?
Yeah, they're directly before us.
I'm just going to take a little notepaper here and write down all these.
They're great, really great. There's so many bands we want to see.
Yeah. I guess it is kind of like a peer support thing. You do have to turn up for the people before you and the people after you.
Definitely.
Because that kind of like, our industry is so small, I find, in Ireland, that you really do have to just turn up for your mates. Like,
yeah. And even playing gigs, and playing with, kind of seeing like how difficult it is for ourselves and other people, like makes me realise we're like, try and get there and support people, and like,
It is difficult though, isn't it, at times, like, because you can't just keep asking like, your folks to come to your gigs.
The same friends, like, we were lucky that we kind of had a string of a few gigs back in June and July, and like there was a few people who came to all of them, but some of them I was like, look, I don't expect you to be at every gig, because we're going to kind of be doing a lot of the same stuff.
So
like,
nice.
Yeah.
So you let them off the hook.
Some of them. I picked and choose. I was like, you don't have to come to this one.
Not everyone.
It's like, you still come. You still have to come. Come here. In your wildest dreams, your biggest imagination, what would be your dream gig? What do you hope and dream for? What's going to happen?
I think I would love to just tour, like even the UK or around Europe. Like that would be, for me, that would be just like, I'd love to do that.
That's very achievable now, lads.
Definitely, yeah.
It is.
That's the kind of short, I'd like to do that.
Yeah. Like, speaking from experience now, touring is not as glamorous as people think. So,
Definitely not. Like, even some of the bands, we supported a band in June who were very young from New York called Geese.
Yeah.
And they were like, they were on tour, and they were kind of saying like, God, we're so tired.
Yeah, the jadedness.
Yeah.
And the dirty clothes and the constant moving and the
exactly.
Yeah, it's hard, but you guys get to like get up on stage each night and play a rockin' show to new people.
Honestly, yeah.
What more could you want in life?
Very little.
Not much.
So, given that it is your single release day today, will you play an acoustic version of that banging single for us?
We will. This one's called Huffing.
Great.
So you said it's getting pretty late and it's okay to bounce if you're feeling it. Rest the head and sit back for the evening. Rest the head and sit back for a while. Huffing on air, waiting for a breath, nothing to share, just a little test. Most of my cells get caught up in the mess. Most of my cells get caught up in the mess. Wishing well is easy when you're floating, all bright-eyed and golden in the eve. Better off to keep feet on the ground, better off to look for nothing more. Huffing on air, waiting for a breath, nothing to share, just a little test. Most of my cells get caught up in the mess. Most of my cells get caught up in the mess. Cut it out, he said. 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 Someone said it's going to your head. Then you walked. This thing here makes problems disappear. Barely there, let's just get out for air. This thing here makes problems disappear. Someone said it's going to your head. Barely there, let's just get out for air.
That was amazing. Thank you guys so much,
Thanks,
Devin
Amanda.
and Fionn from Bedrooms Band. So if we want to find more about you, it's Bedrooms Band at Instagram. And of course,
Yep.
go and watch you guys at IMW, and then the next day you're going to play your first UK show.
That's it.
Brilliant. Thank you guys so much.
Thanks,
Cheers.
Ruth. Really appreciate it.
Cheers. Don't go away, everybody, because stick with us. We are going to hear from a couple of more IMW bands, baby bands that really are so deserving of your attention. My next guest is Katie Phelan. Here we go. Now, Katie Phelan and her unaccompanied is Sean on guitar. You're very welcome to the studio today.
Hello.
Hello. Now we're bringing you in because we've been playing your track Duvet Day and we've been falling in love with it. But also you are playing IMW, Ireland Music Week.
Yes.
Brilliant. But you're no stranger to the stage around Dublin. You played the Workman's Cellar, you've played Whelan's, you've played Beyond the Pale. You've been playing a lot, right?
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of gigs.
Yeah.
I honestly, it's mad because my first gig was last December.
Wow.
That's my first headline, and then I've done like some cool support slots since. Supported Hudson Taylor in the Olympia, and did like support in the Button Factory. Just it's it's really mad.
Are you comfortable on stage?
I'm getting there. Like it's like if I do a few gigs in a row, I'll start to get like better and more calm, and then there'll be like a break.
Yeah.
And we just played like at Electric Picnic there recently, and I hadn't done a gig in a while, and I was really nervous. But once I do one song, I'm fine.
You haven't done a gig in a while, but you only started gigging like that.
Yeah, yeah. There's a little break.
A little break. I love it. It's just you're taking to it like a duck to water. And so this is your first Ireland Music Week, right?
Yeah.
Because you didn't have any songs the last time there was an Ireland Music Week.
Yeah, no. First single was in November last
so you're
year.
very fresh-faced, very new to the scene. and just very accomplished already.
Thank you.
Stunning. Is this your first radio performance?
Yeah, it is.
We're very welcome to the airwaves then. You're going to play a couple of songs for us today, right? What's the first one you're going to play?
So the first one, I think we'll do Duvide first.
Yes, please. One of our favourites here. So take it away in your own time.
Thank you. It's raining outside today and I don't know why. I planned to get up today, but now I'm feeling shy. I am so tired and I don't know why. Another duvet day, just you and I. Oh, I've not done anything today, and I'm on my way home. Here I am running for the train, and it tires me to the bone. That's alright, that's okay. Oh, it's just one of those days. That's what we'll say, that's what we'll say. He sleeps like a baby, but he loves me like a man. Wouldn't get up if you paid me, 'cause I'm happy where I am. Oh, I am so tired and I don't know why. Another duvet day, just you and I. Oh, I've not done anything today, and I'm on my way home. Here I am running for the train, and it tires me to the bone. That's alright, that's okay. Oh, it's just one of those days. That's what we'll say, that's what we'll say. It's raining outside today, and I don't know why. I planned to get up today, but now I'm feeling shy. I am so tired and I don't know why. Another duvet day.
Hey, that was gorgeous. It's so nice to hear it played in the studio live while we drop things on the floor, which is perfectly okay to do. This is live radio. No, that's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Come here, tell me, like, this is such a like normal, like, stupid question, but what are your influences? Because I'm hearing loads of stuff through you, but like with your own unique blend. What do you go home and listen to of an evening, and what would, who would your like musical heroes be?
I love like Billy Martin, Julia Jacqueline,
Yeah.
Dora Jar. I love Circa Richardson. She just brought out her album.
She did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of girls, a lot of queens.
That's kind of, that's what I love seeing these days. Sorry, Sean, we know you're here too. You're playing amazing on that guitar and all, but I think we're having a bit of a like female revolution.
Definitely.
Especially
I
in
love
the Irish music scene.
Yeah.
I'm seeing like Alva Reddy and like Loa and Sinead White, and I'm like, yes, girls, go get it.
Yeah.
It's brilliant. And it's so nice, I think, for the, like, because, I'm a good bit older than you, but seeing like the younger generation have actual peer heroes, so we're not looking back to like the 70s and the 80s and we're like, oh, they used to be so cool. cool. We're looking around us now, looking at the likes of Sorka Richardson and going, you're cool, you know,
Yeah,
and
so
you're my
cool.
age, and
Yeah.
you're awesome.
Yeah.
It's like, yay, we can do this, which is brilliant.
Yeah.
So you've only been playing for a little while, not that we would know it, but are you self-taught? What's your writing process? What's your creative process?
Yeah, I've been playing guitar since I was like kind of in secondary school. I played guitar in primary school. I gave it up, you know. You know how it is. I did like guitar lessons and then just forgot about it. But yeah, I've been playing since secondary school. Wrote a few of my first songs in secondary school. I went to BIM. So I had like 3 songs when I was going into BIM, and then I was studying songwriting, which is kind of mad. But then I guess it's kind of developed a lot for me over the last few years, just meeting other people who play music as well. And the creative process is kind of just like, I just pick things from my own life. Most of my songs are like based on like personal experiences or like just stuff going on that's in my head, and I don't really like have like set rules or anything. I just kind of sit down and do it.
That's lovely. You're just picking from your brain what's
Yeah,
already in
literally,
there, and a kind of a way of working things out onto the
Yeah.
paper and into the songs, which I think, you know, there's a lot of musicians who might be like twice your age that still haven't grasped that kind of just like lovely simple philosophy of just writing what you know, like, which is gorgeous. Now we're going to go see you play in Ireland Music Week. I think you're playing the Thursday, am I right?
Yeah, the 6th of October.
6th of October. Okay, and what time are you playing?
I'm at 10:30.
Okay. And you're playing the Workman?
Yeah, the Vintage Room.
Oh, the lovely
I've never
Vintage Room.
been in there before.
Used to be called the Liquor Rooms when it was just a bar, and now it's a venue with a gorgeous wee stage. So I can see you there.
Yeah, it looks really cute. I've seen some photos.
Yeah. Do you have any ideas for what you're gonna, like, how your set's gonna go, or what you're gonna play, or, you know, visually or anything? Or are you just gonna kind of keep it stripped back and simple?
I'm actually playing with a full band. So yeah,
Nice.
we have a really nice set prepared. We've got like a few songs that are like a bit louder, a bit bigger with the full band, and then a few kind of stripped back ones as well. So I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, that's going to be super exciting.
Yeah.
Yes. And then what does the future hold for you in terms of, do you have any planned releases?
I'm planning to release again soon, hopefully November time, and then sometime next year the plan is, like, the more long-term plan would probably be to bring out some kind of collection of songs, because so far it's just been singles, which are great, but I want to bring out like
an
body
EP.
of work. Yeah, EP probably the next step.
I can see you with an EP.
Yeah.
Like a delicious, gorgeous vinyl or something.
Oh, that's the dream.
This is the way to do it. You know, put that on the old dream board there and you'll get there. So tell us about the next song you're going to play for us now.
The next song is called Habits. It's not released or anything yet.
Okay. Yet. I love that word, yet.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay. We're going to get an exclusive play of this now.
Yeah, it's just kind of about having like little things that you're in the habit of doing, and like maybe you think that they're flaws, but wanting someone to like still accept them.
Love you for your flaws.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I hear you, girl. I hear you. Okay, well, listen, for everyone listen, you can see you tomorrow. You can see Katie Phelan tomorrow Thursday, right? In the Workman's downstairs in the gorgeous Vintage Room. So take it away, Katie and Sean, in your own time. Thanks so much for joining us. I can't wait to hear this.
Thank you.
Pretty, I feel pressure just to do something, and I know you hate it when I question why'd you do something, but I can't help it, all these habits, and I'll do them all again. Is hurting from my phone light. I should read something, and the minute that I I feel alright, I start to feel like something's wrong. I can't help it, all these habits, and I'll do them all again. You said you'd love me either way. So if I tell a lie, ugly cry, pick a fight, would you still stay? I can't help it, all these habits, and I can't help it, all these habits, and I can't help it, all these habits, and I'll do them all again. Would you love me regardless? Would you love me regardless?
Our love is one thing we never had in this whole time here. Well, our love is nothing to fear. You don't feel pain like I do. The olden tales scare fresh faces away with unsweetness. Oh, the unsweetness. Daggers everywhere you look betray the wounds of battles avoided. Just say this name, but don't forget. I wouldn't believe the time on your watch. You'll lose your mind and find your soul. It's really something if you grow old around here. Oh, it's so old around here. Just keep your dream to yourself. Keep your dream to yourself. Dream to yourself. Keep your dream to yourself. Dream to yourself. Keep your dream to yourself. Well, our love is one thing we never had in this whole time. Now smash your glass down, gather round, telling stories of great men. This dirt is just matter displaced. The baby's walking much too soon. Much too soon. Another martyr this world doesn't need. All that you have is all you can give to me. Just keep your dream to yourself. Dream to yourself, dream to yourself. Keep your dream to yourself, dream to yourself. Keep your dream to yourself. Well, our love is one thing we'll someday have in this whole time here. You're a perfect song that has no end. I don't suppose we'll meet again. Yeah, you go your way and I'll go mine. Somewhere into the great unknown. I can't go home, I won't go home. I can't go, I must go home. I must go home now.
That sweet little tune there you heard was Patrick Steffen with Head Voices. Joining me right now in studio is the amazing Negro Impacto, Chichi and Lawrence. You're very welcome to the studio today.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
It's our pleasure. So you're here because you are playing the wonderful Ireland Music Week.
Yeah.
Yay!
So exciting.
I know, right? I know. And this is your first IMW, right?
Yeah, it is.
I know. I'm so excited for that. And you're going to play a couple of tracks for us here now. But before we kick off, tell us, when is your set for IMW? So everyone can be ready to write it down in their pen and paper and kind of go, I'm going to that. It is
the 7th of October.
This Friday.
The Workman's Cellar.
In the Workman's Cellar.
Yeah.
Okay. And what can we expect from a Negro Impacto set?
It's an experience,
Ooh.
you know. We like to call it the Negro Impacto experience. We have our guitarist, our guitarist, and his name is Matthew.
Because you do have a guitarist sitting right here in front of you, and his name is Lawrence.
But Lawrence is usually on bass, and then I'm on vocals. And then we have tracks. We play them off of an SP44. And yeah, we just have a good vibe, you know, have some dancing. If people want to dance, I kind of force people to dance.
Yeah, you probably encourage them hardly.
Yeah, exactly.
Dance.
And then they do.
And they
you
do.
know,
they're going to have a good time.
Yeah,
they're going to have a
for
good
sure.
time. Great. So is it true that the two of you guys met in a skate park?
Yes.
Yeah? Who skates?
Yeah.
You both skate?
We both skate.
What do you skate? Do you skateboard? Do you rollerblade? Do you quads?
Skateboard.
Skateboard. Class. Okay. And what, did you just like collide into each other and go, hey?
I actually met Chichi up here in Dublin.
Oh, yeah?
In Cork. Well, I guess we kind of knew each other before, but we only found out after the fact. Just through family and stuff. But like, I formally met her at Cork Street.
Yeah.
Skating.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's the Weaver Park one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
one.
I love it.
Oh, do you skate?
I roller skate. Yeah, I've got like, I love it. I absolutely love it. I'm a bit like old, but I'm just like still like, I don't care. Because I started skating when I was like a teenager.
Yeah.
I just love it. I was like skateboarding and rollerblading. And then when you get a little bit older, you're just like, I'm going to go on 4 wheels now, thanks.
Yeah. But it's fun. Like, it actually, I don't know, it gives you some sort of like kid-like feeling, you know. Even the energy, like once you get a trick, even the people around you, the way they're like, yeah!
You're like, yes,
You're like, oh
I've been
my
trying that all day. But
Yeah.
it's such a nice space, though, I think skate parks are, because you do all have a common interest. Everyone skates. So it's really easy, I think, to like strike up friendships and relationships there, because you're like instantly kind of going, hey, you're cool. I like you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's really easy as well to go anywhere around the world and just go with your skateboard and you'll always have friends.
Yeah, I love that.
yeah.
And obviously it sparked a beautiful, beautiful working relationship here now where you guys are playing together.
Yeah.
When did you figure out that you were both musicians then?
Like within each other.
Yeah, well, like you were skating and you're just like, hey, do you want to make music together? Was it like that easy?
Well,
No,
like it was kind of like
just
that,
like,
to be
no.
honest. Like it was like Chi-Chi sort of expressed the fact she wanted to make music, and I was already kind of like doing it just by myself.
Yeah.
So then I sort of offered to help her and trying to, get started with everything, and then we'd just be sending each other ideas, and that's kind of how it started. Like I guess just through talking and then sending each other stuff, and then just
and
feeling
you
more
produce the
confident.
tracks, right?
Yeah, I produce like
Yeah.
everything, and then Chi-Chi
And are you
writes.
self-taught? Like, would you be at home with all of this gear and just kind of teaching yourself as you go along, or how did that come about?
Well, for the most part, self-taught, but I did like a course, although like I sort of just went to the course. It was a sound engineering one, and I think if anything, the people that I met helped me. Like it informed what I'm able to do and things, as opposed to like the lessons. Like no disrespect, but like I wasn't really there. Like I was just sort of sitting there and just looking at the board. But
I mean, if you still come away with a knowledge, and it might just be a knowledge of people or a network of people, then that's pretty class. Like we all learn in different ways, and we all take aboard knowledge and information in different ways. So there's no wrong way, I don't think, about honing your craft as a musician.
Yeah. Mhm.
Musicians, like it's just like everyone's so different, and how you write music is so different to everyone else that like there is no wrong way.
Yeah.
You just do whatever feels good. And Chi-Chi, did you started singing in church?
Yeah, so like since I was really young, I started in choir when I was 5. And I loved it so much. Like, it was like my favorite thing ever. And I just continued kind of there. And yeah, then I joined choir in school, in primary school. Then I joined choir in secondary school. Then I did choir in college, and then I was chairperson.
You love your choirs.
Legit.
I can't imagine how adorable a little 5-year-old you would be, you know, up in the choir, singing in church, loving it. So it's a huge part of your life and probably a huge part of your family life by the sounds of it.
Sure.
Like,
my dad actually would have been the most musical in our family, and he introduced music to me probably as like my first influence to music was him. He'd always like write songs about all of the kids, and so he was like in a band as well, and so we'd have bath time songs, and we'd have like theme songs, all the kids, and like
can you remember any of them?
I mean, he still sings them, but I don't sing them like he does.
How would you sing it?
You need a daddy-daughter duet.
Man, I can't really sing it. Like, it's my dad that sings it.
Okay. Maybe you could like sample your dad on a track singing a bath time song. I'm just putting
ideas.
And that just sounds adorable. How cute. Okay, so you're going to play a couple of songs for us here today. What's the first one you're going to do for us now?
So the first song I'm going to sing is Anomaly.
Okay.
It's on our EP called Negro Impacto by Negro Impacto.
Yeah. Brilliant. So take it away in your own time. Thanks, guys.
Walking round in circles, acting like a fool. I don't wanna go there, but I know I have to. When you do the things that you be doing to keep my cool, but you really put me through it, and you knew what you were doing, and I did too, and it's nothing new. I bet you're thinking that you're sleeping. I bet you're thinking that you're sleeping. I bet you're thinking that you're sleeping.
Yay, nice one. That was absolutely beautiful. Is that something that you're planning on playing with your guitarist and with Lawrence on bass down in the Workman's? Yes. I mean, IMW is such an exciting opportunity, I think, for young bands to just get out there and to meet people and to play showcases to new audiences. Because you guys have a following already, right? You've got a fan base, you've got loyal followers who just love your tunes, but now you get to play to like a brand new set of people. Amazing. Really I can't wait to be there as well. Like, I think that's going to be good. What does the future hold for Negro Impacto? Like, in an ideal world, let's say there's an ideal world future where you're playing, what stages would you like to play? What would you like to do?
Oh man, imagine being the special guest on X Factor. Just for the throwback, that'd be wild.
That's where it is for you, Lawrence, is it? Like,
That as well as like it'd be cool to like I guess the fact that we're fortunate enough to play festivals this summer.
Yeah.
And within Ireland, it does make you think of like what you can do not only within Ireland consistently, but like beyond that, like whether it's like the UK or even in Europe or even the States. Like I don't see why not. Like you see like there are bands from Dundalk like Just Mustard that toured the UK and America, and obviously like more wider known Fontaine's DC who actually toured with them together.
Yeah.
So it does make you think that, you know, it is possible if there's like...
Absolutely, it's possible. I'm always telling people, like bands who come in here and they're like, oh, you know, we don't really know what we're doing. It's like, just dream big. Whatever it is, just dream big. Because these are all normal bands that you see headlining Glastonbury. They were all once exactly where you are now, just with a bit of a dream board and kind of go, I want to do this. Find the goals, talk to people, set yourself tasks and do it. Like, because you have the talent, you have the ability, and like you're so young that even if you don't have the, you know, the exact knowledge now, you can learn it. And then you can just, you know, fake it till you make it. But you guys are brilliant, and you'll definitely be able to do that. So,
in Jesus' name.
Yeah.
Maybe
amen.
we will see you on stage at the X Factor.
Yeah.
Maybe you want to dream slightly different or bigger, even.
Yeah, or
Where
permanent
is
role.
the X Factor, man?
Where is it?
Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's not even existent anymore.
Did they not do it anymore?
I don't know.
It's its own universe.
I
heard.
stopped kind of listening. I think The Masked Singer replaced it, right, in that kind of way, like that kind of Saturday night TV. So, Gigi, we might see you in a big furry suit.
Man, imagine. That would be so crazy. That show is mad. I can't believe that it exists.
No.
Like, it just doesn't seem real.
No.
Like,
no, it's bonkers. Have you got any plans for albums, tours, or anything like that?
We have a compilation we're on a compilation with All City Records called This Way Volume 1.
This Way or This Wave?
This Way.
This Way.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's where we can hear you. Brilliant.
Yeah.
And then if you want, if anyone's listening here wants to hear more of your music, do we just go to Spotify? Where can we find you?
Spotify, Apple Music, you know, all of them.
Yeah.
All of them.
And what's your tags?
Negro Impacto.
Brilliant.
On
It's nice when it's
Instagram.
simple, isn't it? Like, there's
Yeah.
no underscores, there's no dots and dashes. It's just
No.
Negro Impacto. I like a good band name. Well done. So you're going to play one more tune for us, right?
Yeah.
What's this one?
It's called Mini Excursion.
Yeah.
It's also from our EP called Negro Impacto by Negro Impacto.
And I presume that people listening can also hear this in IMW on
they can.
Friday night.
They
Yeah.
can, yeah.
Okay. Listen, thank you so much for joining us here today. We shall see you on Friday night at IMW. Take it away with this beautiful song. Thanks, guys.
Thank
for having
you.
us.
I'm not trying to waste my time running around trying to please people I don't even care about. I just wanna live my life, fulfill my dreams and my schemes so that I can make my family proud. Life on earth is way too short. Life on earth is too short to be missing out and messing around. So live a life you can call yours. I was grounded by other people's thoughts about what I should do and things I ought to want. Wasn't about my vision or even about my health, only about the projects. Had to remind myself that it's not about the clothes I wear or the car I drive or the friends I have, or if I have a guy, if I assimilate and I play a role. I'm only digging myself into a hole of appearances, not reality. Got me out here thinking like I'm Socrates, so I'm staying true to me so I can be set free from living life like it's nothing but a chore. I'm not trying to waste my time running around trying to please people I don't even care about. I just wanna live my life, fulfill my dreams and my schemes, so that I can make my family proud. Life on earth is way too short. Life on earth is too short to be missing out and messing around. So live a life you can call yours. I'm not trying to live my life. I just wanna live my life. Life on earth is way too short. So live a life you can call yours.
That was Depths of It by Zach James Douglas. Now, on our IMW week this week, I've kind of ran out of time to talk to you about all the other amazing things that are happening in Dublin and the surrounding area. So I'm going to try and squeeze them all in as soon as I can. Listen, if you're looking for a gig to go to, obviously go to see IMW and see new Irish bands. But if you fancy a bit of international, Gweno, she's playing Whelan's the 4th of October. Susan O'Neill is playing Whelan's the 6th of October. Julia Jacklin is Vicar Street on the 3rd of November. TV Priest and the Workmen's Club on the 1st of November. Soak with Niamh Regan is playing Whelan's on the 11th of October. Pussy Riot, who doesn't love them? They're doing a Whelan Irish tour from the Roisin Dove to Dolan's Warehouse to Opium in November as well. There's some amazing gigs that you can still buy tickets for. Go get yourself to some good gigs this week. Also, the Arctic Monkeys have announced a show. Tickets are on sale this Friday, as has Florence Welsh. Now the shows aren't till next year, but you know, tickets go like mad these days. What else can I tell you about? Soft Nights. Soft Productions presents All Rise 2.0, the passing of a poem with Damien Dempsey. So what they've done is they've gotten artists such as Pearlie, Oncade Gloon, Ella, Nuala Leonard, Rima Hamid and Michael Brunock to respond to a poem by Damien Dempsey called Colony, a song that he's written about colonisation in Ireland. That's going to happen in the Kells Courthouse on the 15th of October. Tickets are $17.50. An exciting cultural event that you should go to if you love poetry, you love music, and sure, who doesn't? That's why you are listening to Spotlight. So check out the Ireland Music Week website. You will see all the conference stuff that's happening at the moment. That's going to go on all next week. The conference is huge. They have great panel discussions about like how to tour as a band, what bands should do as their next step, how to get a US visa, you know, when you should get a label, or get a manager, all of these incredible things that if you know a baby band in your life, get them to see this, get them to Ireland Music Week. I'm going to leave you now with a track by Overhead the Albatross. I can't play it all for you because it's 7 minutes or 8 minutes long, but you know I love it and I would play it if I could. Thank you so much for joining us on the show. If you've missed any part of this, you can catch up on Spotify, on Apple Music, on YouTube. Just search for Spotlight. If you have anything that you want to send our way, you can DM me, Ruthless Imagery, or you can send us an email direct here to the studio, which is spotlight@dublincity.fm. It has been my pleasure to bring you arts, culture and new Irish music. I will see you next week for another show. Thank you, and I will see you down the front at Ireland Music Week.